Today's Feel Good food is a curried lamb shank with cauliflower rice, and we've been joined by Alex Jones.
Hello,
How
are you? Yeah, I'm really well. Thanks for inviting me to your kitchen.
No worries at all. Are you hungry?
Oh, always.
That's kind of key because we've got an awesome recipe here that's very simple, but it's also low carb.
Okay.
We're not going to miss out on any of the intense Indian flavours. We've got a lamb shank, which we're going to cook in our very own paste, curry paste. We'll make that ourselves and cook it in some tomato sauce. Then we're going to serve it with cauliflower rice, a bit different, but we will come back to that later, and a cucumber raita. To start with, our own paste. Now, when you buy a curry paste from the supermarkets or the shops, they can often be very oily. Okay, so we're going to make our own and cut all of that oil and grease out. Okay, so we've got control of it. We need an onion, ginger, garlic and chilli, and all of those need to be very, very roughly hacked up. Any preference?
Well, I'm actually chopping.
Would you like to chop?
You weren't going to come on here and just eat.
I'm not very good at
That's fine.
chopping,
You don't
but
have-
I'll give it a go. I'm happy to give it a go.
Don't have to be at all good.
But at your own peril.
Absolutely fine. Don't forget, the machine's going to do the work, so you don't have to be at all precise.
Okay.
I'll take the onion and the ginger, but if you could just peel and crush
I
those.
can peel. Yes, definitely.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, here we go.
Now, do you like your food hot? Because that depends how much chili.
Yeah, I don't actually mind. I do like curries. I like sort of chilies, pasta dishes. I'll eat anything. I'm just grateful to somebody else for making
Grateful
it.
for good food.
Yeah.
As well as the one show, you've also got some other stuff going on at the moment.
Yeah, Let's Dance is back for another
fantastic.
series. So that starts in February and runs for 4 weeks.
Is anybody going to beat Robert Webb's attempt?
Oh, I tell you what, he was superb, wasn't he?
What legs?
I
It's the
know.
costume that got me.
The men usually look very sexy when dressed as women. It's a weird thing.
We're going to add a couple of spices to this. We've got garam masala and curry powder.
Right.
Okay. The reason we use those is they've already got a blend of loads of spices going on, so it saves you having to put in sort of half a dozen different spices. These are perfectly blended, so they're going to go in there as well. Jamie's chilli can go in. The garlic's going in whole.
Now what's brilliant though is, you know, as you were saying, curry powder or curry sauces when you buy them in jars can be awfully
When you
fatty,
open it, there's
can't
almost
they?
a layer of oil
That's
on
right.
top. This way, all I put in there is a little splash of water.
Do you want that in there?
Yes, please. 2 cloves of garlic.
Good, well.
And we can blend the whole thing up, and we have our very own curry paste. It will taste amazing.
Okay.
But no added fat. A really, really simple, immediate curry paste. And that, you can smell that now. Got some amazing
that
flavours. You can
smells
smell it from there.
amazing.
It's really good.
Now we need to start to fry that off in just a little bit of coconut oil, and that's really the only fat we're going to put into this. It's very, very healthy oil. It's good for you.
So where would you buy that? Is it available in normal supermarkets?
You should be able to get it in the same supermarket, the same aisle as all the other oils. And then we can look at the lamb itself. Now, you can put anything into this once you've got the flavours, but lamb shank, I think, is amazing. Okay, so we're going to take a whole lamb shank. Obviously, you can cook multiple in the same sauce. We're just going to demonstrate with one. Put it into a pan and bring it up to quite a high temperature, and we just want to seal it off.
Okay.
Again, no added fat. There is a little bit on the outside of the lamb shank. That'll be enough to seal it. With the paste now cooked out, so you've got less of the sort of raw onion flavour, we can add in what we're going to cook it in. So we've got a tin of tomatoes. So if you can just throw all the tomatoes into there.
Sure.
And then about an equal quantity of lamb stock. So all it is water, and then over there we've got a lamb stock cube. If we can just crumble that in as well.
Now, how do you find eating when you're working on the one show? Because it seems to go live at a very awkward time for dinner.
It's
Dinner
very
time.
awkward. They haven't thought it through, to be
No,
honest.
it's fine for me. I can sit down and watch it with my dinner.
By the time you're at home, it's sort of 7:30. You know, you're not eating until about 9, half 9, which I find is pretty late. And then you don't want to go to bed because you're
Too
really
heavy, you're full.
Especially if you've had carb heavy
Nice
stuff.
big pasta dish or something.
Big curry.
Exactly. Yeah, so it's quite awkward.
Well, hopefully actually the low carb version we've got today might be quite suited to that. You can eat quite late on and it not be a problem. Last thing to go into our stock, curry leaves. Have you ever used these or seen these?
No.
So you can buy these again in supermarkets now, very readily available. Treat them like bay leaves, you don't eat them, but they impart an amazing amount of flavour.
It's good
And
that you
just
said
smell
that.
those.
Don't eat them. I would have been piling into them.
They can go in there,
You want that one in?
please. Along with our lamb now that's sealed off.
Okay.
And that's it. That sits in there. We pop a lid on it and leave it for about 2 hours just to very gently bubble away.
Right.
Or if you've got a slow cooker, 8 or 10 hours will do the same job. Now I know you've been waiting for the cauliflower trick. Jamie, if you can just take that and hack it up into
Does
big
anything
chunks.
else go in there though?
A few flavours to make sure that it's still got that kind of Indian flavours going on. Okay, so
Okay.
in a blender, cauliflower chunks, a little bit of turmeric and some cumin, then plenty of salt and pepper, and we cook it in a microwave.
A microwave?
I'm glad you said that because people think microwave's really bad.
Gosh.
But actually, all it is
better from you.
all it is cooking really healthy. You're not adding any extra fat. You're going to steam the natural juices and water in the cauliflower into something really, really nutritious.
Right.
Chuck that in there.
So we blend it up first and then mix it all together. And then, look, that's what you end up with.
That's excellent.
So it even looks a little bit like rice.
It is rice.
It is rice.
It's cauliflower rice.
So that goes into a bowl. Pop all of our spices in there. That's cumin seeds and a pinch of turmeric, a little bit of black pepper and salt. Give that a mix up. Cling film goes on to trap all that natural moisture into the cauliflower. And then our lamb needs another 2 hours yet, but just before you're ready to serve it, that goes into the microwave for 3 or 4 minutes.
Is that it?
And that's all it needs. It steams itself, and I hope you'll be impressed with the result. Okay, but we'll
Revelation.
It is low carb rice. And then the final thing that makes this dish awesome is our raita. So our yogurt, again, we're using fat-free yogurt, so we're cutting out on all of the unnecessary fats because the flavour comes from cucumber, freshly chopped coriander, salt and pepper. And if you just give that a quick stir up with a fork, that is pretty much everything good to go. So our cauliflower needs to go into the microwave just before we're ready to serve for about 4 minutes. Our lamb shank needs another 2 hours to bubble away, and then we can show you what our curried lamb shank and cauliflower rice really tastes like. And there we go, 4 minutes in the microwave, and you'll end up with this.
Job done.
It still looks like rice. It's got that fluffy consistency, but it's cauliflower. It's very, very lean, beautifully healthy and spiced. It's cumin, coloured with the turmeric.
I'm absolutely amazed.
I'm really excited.
It looks like rice, it's the colour of rice, but it's not rice.
No carbs involved. Look at our lamb shank now. That's been braising away for about 2 hours. Almost going to fall off that bone. And then the sauce as well, which because of the 2 hours is reduced down nicely. That's going to have a good amount of spice on it. So that yogurt just helps to cut through that and cool everything down.
Salivated.
It smells good, doesn't it?
It does.
Tied it up, but you need to tell me if it tastes any good. So
Well, proof is in the pudding.
there we go. Grab some cutlery and have a taste.
Okay, excellent. Let's go for it. Like animals now going for it.
Our cauliflower rice is incredible.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
Good. That's what we like to hear.
This rice, I mean, I know I keep going on about it, but it is amazing.
It's so good.
It tastes really healthy, you know, it hasn't got the usual sort of oils that curry has.
But I mean, that's the beauty of this. It's low carb, it's low fat, and it's comfort food as well. It makes you feel really good.
Okay, get off mine.
And if you want more feel-good food recipes, then head to Body Talk and make sure you subscribe.
And if you want the full recipe and ingredients for this dish, make sure you go to sortedfood.com.
Thank you very much for coming down, Alex.
Hey, it's a pleasure. Thank you for making me my lunch. It's really nice.